What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the Magic Man, Antonio Tarver, former multi-time light heavyweight world champion, superstar boxer who is retired and now a trainer and a colorful analyst. Antonio Tarver, he finished his career 31 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout. Antonio Tarver, most notably, is being known for his trilogy with Roy Jones Jr., legendary, iconic, retired Hall of Fame superstar boxer, in which they had the first fight saw Roy Jones win the fight, and the second fight, Antonio Tarver famously stated when the referee asked you in the very beginning of the fight, do you have anything to say? And Antonio Tarver, he said, I got something to say. You got any excuses tonight, Roy? Right? And then, he knocked out Roy Jones in their fight, okay? The first official knockout and loss on Roy Jones's resume. So with that said, Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones Jr., Paulie Malignaggi, all former world champions. They are on PROBOX TV. And on PROBOX TV, they're sitting down, they have a host, and they're talking about the current events in the sport of boxing, okay? And most notably, they're talking about undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 26 wins, no losses, no draw, 24 big wins by way of knockout. He is 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. With that said, he's taking on fellow stablemate in undefeated lightweight title contender in Rolando Rolly Romero, okay? He's going to face Rolly Romero, who's 14 wins, no loss, no draw, 12 wins by way of knockout. He is 26 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. With that said, okay, Rolly Romero and Gervonta Tank Davis are both under Mayweather Promotions, okay? They both signed with Mayweather Promotions. They're both under Mayweather Promotions. And Gervonta Tank Davis, he had made it abundantly clear that he has no interest in re-signing with Mayweather Promotions. This is his last fight with Mayweather Promotions. And he publicly went on record and stated that essentially he's having issues, or, he's just not happy with the situation, or he's just maturing and ready to move on, okay? And so with that said, now you have the fight taking place this Saturday, May 28th, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And everybody's wondering what's going to be next should Gervonta Tank Davis win this fight. We know that Floyd Mayweather, he just held the exhibition bout against Dangerous Don Moore, a former sparring partner of his, and somebody that was trained by his late, great, legendary uncle, who was a world champion and a well-renowned Hall of Fame trainer in Roger Mayweather. Dangerous Don Moore was a protege of Roger Mayweather. And so he held a press conference for that exhibition in Dubai at the same day that Gervonta Tank Davis held his press conference with Rolly Romero. Now, what gets dismissed here and missed in this situation, this equation overall, is the fact that, he's not only slighting Tank Davis by having this, because Rolly is also his fighter. It's just that Tank Davis is the bigger name, the superstar, okay? He is the guy, he's the ace, okay? He is the cash cow, okay? So ultimately, you don't want to affect his pockets and his drawing power, okay? And so with that said, him holding a press conference the same day, Gervonta Tank Davis, he took to social media and he stated that, no matter how much money you have, you still could be jealous of somebody. We know Floyd Mayweather was a billionaire, made more money than anybody in the history of the sport of boxing. He beat more world champions than anybody in the history of the sport of boxing. So we know, there was some tension there, okay? And there's all types of rumors behind the scenes of what took place, why is their relationship was strained, so on and so forth. But Antonio Tarver, he has an interesting take. He states that, when you're a fighter, all fighters, when you're a world champion and you're a superstar in the sport of boxing, everybody has a huge ego, okay? And he states that, what he notices that Floyd Mayweather always seems to be competing with Gervonta Tank Davis. Whenever Gervonta Tank Davis has a fight, Floyd Mayweather has something going on around that time, okay? And he says that all big fighters, big name fighters and superstars and world champions have big egos, and it's sometimes hard to let go. Okay, so he stated that, you know, if I'm a fighter and you're supposed to be my promoter, you're no longer fighting, you're retired. Okay, you're supposed to be my promoter. That's what I want you to do. I don't want to feel like you compete with me. He states then, you know, you start to feel like, are you taking advantage of me or are you promoting me? Right? That's interesting take. So he states that we never know what's going on behind the scenes fully. Okay. He says, but no fighter wants to feel like they're being taken advantage of. And then Roy Jones, he goes on to say, well, fighters at this point and at this level of Gervonta Tank Davis, Terrence Crawford and many of these other fighters, they don't even need promoters. Okay. So he said especially with the social media era, you don't need promoters. You don't need any of those things. Okay. And so with that said, let's listen to what Antonio Tarver had to say, because this is interesting, because another thing is Gervonta Tank Davis, he did an interview and he sat down with Brian Custer on Showtime, Last Stand podcast, and he was asked, you know, are you leaving Mayweather Promotions? And he stated that it's not about leaving Mayweather Promotions. It's about maturity. It's about GTD Promotions, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions. It's about growing, and it's just time to take off the training wheels. And then he goes on to state that Brian Custer says, so is this your last fight with Mayweather Promotions? And Gervonta Tank Davis, without hesitation, says, yes, this is my last fight with Mayweather Promotions. But now at his media workout yesterday, Gervonta Tank Davis, he stated he has the best team in the world, Mayweather Promotions. They've done a great job. And he goes on to say that it's a possibility he could be re-signing with Mayweather Promotions. OK, so we just don't know, you know, what's going to happen moving forward. But that's the big question that everybody has. Is Gervonta Tank Davis going to be re-signing with Mayweather Promotions? Is he going to be, we know Steven Espinosa, president of Showtime Sports, he recently stated that Gervonta Tank Davis and he had a sit down. Tank Davis fights on Showtime pay-per-view. So he stated they had a sit down and they discussed that even if he leaves Mayweather Promotions, he'll still be with Showtime Promotions, okay? So to have those types of extensive conversations means that more than likely Gervonta Tank Davis is 1 foot out the door, okay? Now, there was a fan that put up on social media and tagged Gervonta Tank Davis as even if he leaves Mayweather Promotions, he'll still be with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, founder and advisor Al Heyman. And he kind of softly confirmed it, giving it the thumbs up on social media, okay? Hinting that and confirming what Steven Espinosa was saying, that they'll stay together. He just won't be under the banner of Mayweather Promotions. He'll be under the banner of GTD Promotions, Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions, okay? So with that said, let's listen to what Antonio Tarver had to say.
And I'm going to say this. What I've noticed is that from a promotional standpoint, Floyd Mayweather being inactive and retired, it's kind of peculiar to me that it seems like the last 2 fights that Gervonta Davis had, it seemed like Mayweather jumped right in front 2 weeks before.
Yeah,
a pay-per-view exhibition. Yeah. So how am I as a fighter feeling?
Right.
And this is my promoter doing this. And he was set to fight 2 weeks before Gervonta Davis this time. And we're talking about pay-per-view dollars.
Correct. And even though the fight
in this
didn't
economy,
happen, it's still all kinds of attention on Floyd, right?
So it makes a young fighter think, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Am I really being promoted? Or am I being taken advantage of? So that's something.
So you see what he said? He said that, you know, he's noticed that every time Tank Davis has a big fight, Floyd Mayweather has something surrounding, you know, Tank Davis fight of his own, and he's retired, okay? Let's listen to what he said again.
Floyd, right?
So it makes a young fighter think, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Am I really being promoted? Or am I being taken advantage of? So that's something that we don't know. But he's fighting one of Floyd fighters. Now, I'm going to say this for Romero.
So he says, but he's fighting one of Floyd fighters. So many people have concerns, obviously, and they're wondering what's going to take place with this situation with Floyd Mayweather, what's actually going on behind the scenes. Even his longtime trainer, father figure, mentor, Coach Calvin Ford, he stated that Gervonta Tank Davis is just simply maturing and ready to flee the coop, ready to do his own thing, okay? And it seems like that's what Gervonta Tank Davis wanted to do. Yesterday, you know, maybe he was in a position where he just didn't want to, you know, make it everything uncomfortable and say, listen, I'm leaving Mayweather Promotions while an LB CEO is standing there and, you know, make things uncomfortable and make that the sole focus, okay? So we got to see how this unfolds and plays out. But Antonio Tarver, he's saying that you got to look at it from that standpoint. Floyd Mayweather's retired. You know, many people was questioning why would he hold a press conference that day? Why would he, you know, have an exhibition just a few weeks before? And so what Antonio Tarver is saying that in this economy where money is tight, you know, especially we dealing with a global pandemic, money is tight. And you have a fighter fighting on pay-per-view, and then at the same time, you're fighting on pay-per-view 2 weeks before him. So the attention and the money is going to go to you. What's going to be left for him, essentially, is what Antonio Tarver is getting at. Okay, so we got to see how this unfolds. Saturday, May 28th, Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York. It will be going down. Let's see what happens afterwards. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.